Rest deepens relationships. Here's something people overlook. Busyness robs us of connection. When we're tired, we snap at our kids. We zone out with our spouse. We stop being present with friends. But when we rest intentionally, we show up with energy, patience, and love. True rest makes room for deeper conversations, laughter, and intimacy. 4. Rest fuels spiritual growth. One of the most powerful truths I've learned is that rest isn't just physical, it's spiritual. The psalmist writes, "Be still and know that I am God." When we slow down, we create space to hear God's voice. In silence, we find guidance. In stillness, we experience peace that hustle could never give. For me, intentional rest means carving out time each week to unplug, journal, pray, and simply sit with God. No agenda, just being. And in those moments, I found strength I couldn't find in striving.